The Newsday continues here in One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Moscow has enough stockpile of cluster bombs but will only use them if necessary. Putin said the Russian Federation has different types of cluster munitions reserved for a right reciprocal action against Ukraine. Ukraine had earlier received cluster bombs from the US, which the former needs for its counter-offensive actions against Russia. Kyiv also said, though, that it will only use the cluster bombs against enemy soldiers, but not in the Russian territory. Cluster munitions are banned in over 100 countries, as these typically release large number of bomblets that can kill over a wide area.
Хочу отметить, что в Российской Федерации достаточный запас различного рода кассетных боеприпасов. Различного рода. Мы до сих пор этого не делали, не применяли, и у нас не было такой необходимости, несмотря на известную нехватку в определенный период времени, и у нас тоже боеприпасов, но мы этого не делали. Но, конечно, если они будут применяться против нас, мы оставляем за собой право на зеркальные действия.
Meanwhile, one Ukraine defense official says clashes in the eastern part of the country has intensified. Ukraine's defense minister said that Russian forces have been attacking a part of the Kharkiv region. Although Kyiv is on the defensive, the official said their positions change dynamically several times in a day. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian military said it had taken control of a part of southeastern village in Donetsk region. This marks Kyiv's first official acknowledgement of their counter-offensive progress in the area. Participants at the Sudan Neighboring Countries Summit reject foreign intervention in the conflict-ridden country. The communique of the meeting, which was held in Cairo, emphasized that Sudan's sovereignty should be respected. Instead, neighboring countries called for a permanent ceasefire and urged for immediate talks between the rival Sudanese military. Leaders also voiced concern over the ongoing military operations and the acute deterioration of security and humanitarian situation in the country. Fighting between the Sudan Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces over the latter's integration into the former broke out in April. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The governor of New York warns residents to stay indoors as some areas of the state are now under a flood warning. This comes as parts of the United States have been inundated with rain over the last week. The U.S. National Weather Service has warned that more storms are coming ahead of a cold front approaching from the west. According to the NWS, the said storms are capable of producing torrential rainfall. With the issuance of the flood warning, New York's governor warns that this could possibly be the state's new normal.
It may not look bad this moment if you look out the window, but the storms are continuing to surround us, and we are in a very, very, what I would call an unstable weather condition. We are in danger of seeing record rainfalls again, substantial rainfall, and every part of the eastern side of New York is under a flood watch at this moment.
At least 4,000 people have been evacuated due to forest fire on the Spanish island of La Palma. Authorities said the fire has affected over 4,650 hectares of land, destroying over a dozen houses. At least 10 aerial units and 300 firefighters were deployed to bring the wildfire under control. The fire in La Palma started in the early hours of Saturday in a wooded area in the north of the island in the Canaries. An earthquake of magnitude 7.2 struck the Alaska Peninsula region on Sunday. Authorities said there were no immediate reports of damage or casualties due to the tremor. The U.S. Geological Survey earlier downgraded the earthquake from 7.4 magnitude. The U.S. Tsunami Warning System also withdrew a warning issued for coastal areas of the Alaska Peninsula. And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I am Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.